Hello there, welcome to my channel. This is Nayeli, and for today's video I am going to be trying on some new releases in makeup. And the three main things that I'm going to be trying are this Violet Voss Care Bears mini palette, the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara, and the e.l.f. Camo CC cream. There's so much stuff that is coming out at the moment, but I also wanted to find things that were realistic to wear, and I feel like all of these, they're things that I've been a little bit curious about and just things that I wear on a normal basis. The eyeshadows, not so much, but I was just very intrigued by the colors. As you guys will see later on, you will know that I am not good at applying eyeshadow at all, but I'm gonna try, I'm gonna practice and see if I am able to get an okay look. So I've already cleaned and moisturized my face a few minutes ago, so I am going to start by using the e.l.f. Camo CC cream, which this one has been said to be pretty similar to the It Cosmetics CC cream, which I actually do have. So I'm curious to see if it's actually going to be similar or not. Ooh, something that I didn't realize when I was purchasing this is that it has collagen, peptides, and niacinamide. I'm mostly interested in the niacinamide because that is a very popular ingredient that you will see in skincare. I think that it really does live up to the hype that everybody has been giving it. The peptides and collagen, I'm not really excited about, because if you want to get more collagen on your skin, you're gonna get that through retinol. Anything other than that, it's just not gonna happen. And then peptides is also kind of like a hit or miss. I think peptides ideally with kind of like restoring your skin and helping with fine lines and wrinkles and things like that. So again, if you want those kind of results, you're gonna want a retinol. And I'm not really sure how much niacinamide you're gonna find in this CC cream. I don't think it mentions how much of that is in there. But another cool thing about this is that it has a little bit of sunscreen in here. When it comes to sunscreen on makeup products, specifically CC creams or foundation, just anything that you're gonna put as your base for your face, you shouldn't just depend on the amount that is given on the packaging, because for sunscreens to work, you have to slather on a lot of them, and you don't want to slather an immense amount of foundation or CC cream or whatever. So you're just not going to get the same amount of protection. So it's always best to just put sunscreen on before, a sunscreen that just works for you, and then put on something. You'll just get some little bit more added protection that way, but if you were to do this on its own, then it just wouldn't provide enough. It has zinc oxide and titanium dioxide as its sunscreen ingredients, and zinc oxide is a pretty good ingredient. It doesn't have a whole lot of titanium dioxide. The majority of it is zinc oxide. I think that they just put the titanium dioxide in there just to kind of off balance with the color, since zinc oxide can be pretty white. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in. The shade that I got is in the tan 425N, so I think that's actually more of a neutral color. I didn't pay attention to that when I was buying it. So it says on here that it should achieve a natural looking complexion but with full coverage. I don't know if this is going to be the right shade, but we will soon find out. Ooh, this feels so good on my skin. Also, the reason why I am wearing long sleeve turtleneck is because we got a cold front here in Texas, so I got a little bit chilly. By this point, it's already kind of warmed up. In the morning, it was a lot chillier. It was in the lower 50s, but now it's closer to 80, but my house is still a little bit cool, so I am keeping this on. I mean, I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but I think that I picked a shade that was a little too dark for me. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of concealer on here and there to kind of bring the colors together. I got this one from e.l.f. It is their Flawless Brightening Concealer, and I didn't realize that it was gonna be like this little paintbrush end, and I am not a fan of it. I also have this massive pimple that wanted to show up and not leave. It's already been on my face for like at least a week, but that little bit of concealer is kind of helping, I think. But as far as the coverage, I mean, on camera it looks good, but I can't really say the same when I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Like, you can obviously tell that I'm wearing some sort of thing. Yeah, so I wouldn't call this full coverage. I mean, it is covering some, but not everything. Yeah, I can definitely notice that I'm wearing something, especially when you're looking up close on camera. It's not that bad. And then too, I feel like it's just been such a long time since I've worn any kind of foundation or CC cream that whenever I put something on, it just feels like I'm wearing too much. But it's really not that bad. I don't know, I kind of feel like I prefer my bare face. I mean, what it obviously does do is that it gives you the same color throughout. So if you have hyperpigmentation or discoloration, it obviously brings everything all together for like that one color throughout. As far as coverage, I would say that it has light to medium coverage. Definitely not full coverage though. I'm just doing the rest of my face off camera and then I will come back to the next thing. Alrighty guys, so we are back and now I am going to try on the Violet Voss Care Bears mini palette. I don't know if this is necessarily new. I feel like I've seen some sort of Care Bears collection out there before, so I don't know if this is just like an iteration of it and it's just like the mini palette or if it's just a different brand doing it all together. But when I looked online at Ulta, it had this under new, so that's why I got it. I was so hyped out about this one because it is so cute. Like the packaging itself, obviously adorable. When you look at the actual shades, they are like insane. They're so beautiful. And so the shades are this Secret Bear that is like this incredibly cute fuchsia pink. Then we've got Birthday Bear, which is like a light peachy tone. And then we've got Champ Bear, which is kind of like this champagne-y shimmer. And then Wish Bear also looks slightly bit shimmery, but not as much as Champ, and it is this minty green color. And we've got Bedtime Bear, which is, oh my god, so freaking beautiful. It looks like it's scratched, but that was me because I initially opened these before showing you guys and I scratched it by mistake. But the Bedtime Bear is this dusty blue. And then we've got Harmony Bear, which is a purple tone, a little bit more muted though, kind of close to pink. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do different colors. One eye is going to be more bluish and the other eye is going to be more pinky. So we'll just have to see how that kind of turns out. Well, I don't think I've told you guys this before, but my eyeshadow skills are basically non-existent. It doesn't matter how many makeup videos I watch, I just don't learn. It's just something that's very difficult for me to comprehend. So we'll give it our best shot. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because I'm not teaching you how to do it. You don't want to learn from me anyways. I'm really bad. I'm going to start off with this small brush that I bought from Amazon. So I think I'm going to start with Birthday Bear on the inner corner to the center, and then I'm going to go with Harmony Bear at the outer end. After putting on some concealer, I'm finding that it's a little bit harder to pick up some color. It's weird because when I actually grab some of the product, it doesn't seem like it would be hard. Maybe it's just a little bit harder for it to work with this concealer. But it's a really pretty shade. I actually really like it. Oh, it's so cute. Wow, this makes me want to try out more shades now. So for the next shade that I'm going to go with is the Harmony Bear on the outer corner. I feel like this one certainly packs a punch. I'm not struggling as much with this one. And with this one, I'm actually going in with another small brush from my Amazon. But this one is actually a lot more pointed and it allows me to get a little closer to things. So my worry with these specific eyeshadows is that they may not be super long lasting because I find that I have to be doing a lot of strokes in order to get a color that I want. So what I kind of did, I don't know if I'm going to show it on the video or not, but I was kind of trying to draw a line to kind of separate one from the other. And then eventually as I was getting more product onto my eye, then I would kind of add more of a shade and then a little bit more of a shade. And then now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to blend things out a little bit. It doesn't look like an exact line in between, but I don't want there to be a trace. So with this brush that I got from Ipsy, it is their L34 Blend Beauty. I'm just gonna kind of blend here in between. I love this brush so much. Okay, actually now I can see the line now that I pay more attention to it, but I want to try to blur that out so that it doesn't look so obvious. So that is kind of how that looks. I don't know. I feel like I'm really into how this ended up looking. I'm gonna put a little bit on the bottom. I don't know if I should try out their other color or if I should just kind of stick to the purple. And this is when a tip brush like this comes real in handy. I have really sensitive eyes too, so they always want to water. No. Okay, so now that the right eye is done, let us move on to the next eye. So I'm going to try to focus mostly on the Bedtime Bear shade and then put the Wish Bear a little bit more on the corner. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing what the website does. I find that I'm having a lot more trouble to get the pigment of Bedtime Bear onto my eye. I will persist and keep going. Okay, now it's starting to show up a little bit. All right, now we're talking. Man, even though I like this shade, I feel like it doesn't pop as much as I was hoping that it would. It's still really pretty and it probably goes with what I'm wearing right now. But yeah, it just doesn't look that good on me personally. But I think that this could be really pretty on somebody else. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go in with the Wish Bear on the inner corners. Ooh, cute! Okay, so for the bottom, what I'm actually gonna try to do is incorporate some of the Secret Bear on my lower lids. Wow, that looks really intense. It looks like way more intense than what I thought it would. I don't know that that really fits, but I was just literally copying what they were doing on the website. I mean, they're just very different looks. Now I kind of wish that I would have done this on both eyes, but we're too far into this already. Maybe if I put on some eyeliner, it might look a little bit better. Alright, so eyeliner is on. I arguably put on a little too much, but we're gonna ignore that. And we are going to move on to the next item, which is the Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara from Rare Beauty. And this one, I'm pretty sure that it is new. So in order to give this a fair shot, I'm going to use an eyelash curler that is new to me. And it is from Tarte. When I asked the girl at the counter for recommendations, this was one of them. And the reason why I ended up buying this one is because it included some mascara with it too. So I'll get to try that out for you guys on another video. I'm so excited. I quite like this applicator. Wow, this definitely feels really different from my Shiseido one. And as far as how long lasting it'll be, I don't know, but I think that it is raising them up pretty well. Okay, so now that I have curled my lashes, it is time to put on the mascara. This is what the packaging kind of looks like. As far as the brush itself, it is quite thick. Hopefully it works. Whoa. Okay, I'm actually quite liking this experience. Yeah, I like it. It doesn't bunch up that much, honestly. And I like how it's thick throughout, so that way it's maximizing the volume. One thing that I like is that my lashes aren't really bunching up at the moment, which is something that I really appreciate because a lot of other mascaras will do that. I don't like doing my bottom lashes, but I'll just do a real quick little bit for you guys. Let's get a little closer so you guys can see my lashes. I don't know if that kind of helps you guys to see a little bit better. I'm literally trying like all the angles. I think that I like them. They give me a good amount of volume and they don't really bunch up with each other. On the packaging, it doesn't say that it's waterproof, but it does include like a lot of waxes, so I'm not really sure if that's something that attributes to the waterproofness. Okay, so it does say that it is supposed to be water resistant. I'm just gonna paint my brows a little bit. La 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 la. And normally waterproof mascaras are supposed to hold up as well. These I feel like they're kind of not, but I don't know if this is at fault. So I'm gonna try again and kind of curl them a little bit. Okay, that definitely helped to raise them up more. I personally don't like curling my lashes after the fact. Then I feel like you have to clean your curler a lot more often. But yeah, they definitely look a lot better now that I recurled them. Alrighty, you guys, so I put on some lipstick off camera. This is the final look. After giving it some time, I feel like I kind of like it. I still feel like compared the right eye and the left eye, my right eye eyeshadow came out a little bit better, I think. Let's close up a bit so that you guys can kind of appreciate the hard work that I've done. So for starters, the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, it was okay. It wasn't super amazing. I would say that it is kind of oily though, so if you are a person who already doesn't like to be oily, then you definitely have to put on some sort of setting powder. If you have dry skin, you may like the finish of it because it looks kind of glowy, but for our oily skin friends, you may be a little bit surprised at how oily you may look after applying this, but I think it's okay. I think that I should probably do a video comparing the IT Cosmetics one to this one to kind of do like a half and half, do a word test as well to see. But I think it's okay. I just felt like it was kind of light to medium coverage, and it's not super expensive too. The nice thing is that it's $14. And another thing that I actually do really like about this that I forgot to mention before is that they have a lot of shades. I mean, not a crazy amount of shades, but they have a healthy amount, ranging from fair to tan to darker skin tone, so I definitely appreciate that. I think that a lot of people will like that as well. And then as far as the Violet Voss palette, I wanted to love it, and after applying a lot of the product on, it ended up looking like this. So it shows that there is pigment if you apply a lot, but if you don't, then it's gonna look quite sheer. So that's something that I wasn't a huge fan of. You definitely have to build on it significantly to get this type of a color, especially if you have darker skin tones. Overall, I like it though. I really like the shades that are included in this palette. They're very playful and very cute. Play on with the Care Bears theme for sure, and I don't know, I feel like I'm just a sucker for these kinds of shades. Even though the colors seem like they pop a lot, I feel like if you were to obviously do both eyes the same color to an actual outing, it wouldn't look as crazy as mine. But if you're okay with building on layers of shadows, then this should be fine. The price isn't horrible because there are 6 colors in it, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can find cheaper things, so it's kind of mid-range, I would say. It's not horribly expensive, but it's also not the cheapest thing out there. For me, I would give it a thumbs up for sure. I like it. I really like this one. And then finally, for the Rare Beauty mascara, I like it too. Now that I'm looking at it with a little bit more detail, there are little grumitos, like little balls, here and there, but I don't see it a lot throughout the whole eyelash, so I think that's kind of to be expected, but you can kind of just take it off. I think that it definitely gives you some volume, and I like the wand for sure. And I've had it on for about an hour now. I kind of went on TikTok for a bit, and they're still holding up pretty well after I did another curl after I applied the mascara. So I think as far as like the whole waterproof aspect, I can tell you that it will hold up. It definitely seems that way. My lashes don't look like this, even though that's their regular state. They look pretty raised right now, so I like that for sure. Overall, I really like the products that I tried. My favorite would probably be the Violet Voss palette, followed by the mascara, because I think it did a pretty good job, and I'm a sucker for mascara. And then I would probably put the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream at the very end. Not that I hate it, but I like the other ones a lot better. I'm surprised that I like the shadows as much as I did, or that I put it ahead of mascara, especially because I am normally really bad at applying it, but I put in a lot of work. I did something really basic, so I feel like I didn't mess up as much as I thought I would. I was really scared at the beginning, and I was being very meticulous about it. So I think that's why it ended up kind of okay. Still not great, but I think I did a pretty good job. Please don't come for me, makeup artists. Yeah, I'm really happy with this look. Overall, I think it was good. I had a lot of fun filming this video, so I think that this is something that I want to do a little bit more often now. So I would love to know your thoughts and see if you enjoyed this as well. Are you curious about trying any of these products, or have you tried them already? I wonder if you guys have similar thoughts to mine, so do let me know in the comments down below. This is my review of some of the new releases in makeup. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!